Hello everybody and welcome to a new installment of X-Gen. This week I'm going to be talking about the 2014 Metroidvania action platformer Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. If you're wondering what Metroidvania is, well, so was I. According to the internet, it is supposed to be a 2D video game style in which the gameplay is focused on considerably non-linear exploration, item retrieval, and proper usage of these items in order to fulfill the game's primary objective and achieve the desired outcome. Thanks, Urban Dictionary. With that out of the way, let's get into it. In this story, you play as Juan Aguacate, a humble agave farmer who on the Day of the Dead goes to meet an old friend, Lupita, who just so happens to be the president's daughter. Before he can meet up with her, she is kidnapped and Juan is killed by an evil skeleton named Calaca. Juan is sent to the land of the dead where he is given a mystical mask by a female luchadora that turns himself into a mighty luchador, which brings him back to life so he can stop Calaca from sacrificing his beloved Lupita. Basically, the moral of the story is, whenever you die, the first thing to do in the afterlife is find yourself a sick lucha mask. This is a game that I really did enjoy playing. It definitely has its fair share of difficult platforming, but most of the time the really hard bits of platforming aren't required at all, but doing them usually will get you another piece of heart container or more stamina so you can do more special moves without getting tired. As a wrestling fan, I find the combat in this game really fun and entertaining. The special moves only improve upon the suplexes, pile drivers, and drop kicks you can use in basic combat. Some of them include the Rooster Uppercut, the Frog Splash, and Pollo Power, which lets you turn yourself into a chicken. I've only ever played on normal mode, but I wouldn't say the combat is all that difficult. Also, throughout the game you come into contact with a number of Memorial for the Dead type save points where you can purchase new upgrades for all your powers as well as new costumes for Juan. You've probably seen me taking the chicken suit for a spin throughout this gameplay. One thing that I never got to experience on this game, but I wish I had, was the local co-op. I think the only thing more fun than suplexing skeletons back in the land of the dead would be having a tag team partner to do it with. I guess I'd probably need friends to do that though, huh? This game was definitely everything I expected it to be and more. I originally got it when it was the free game of the month for Xbox Live, and I was, of course, excited because anything wrestling related for me is a win. One thing that I really love about this game is just how fun it is. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. One of my favorite things is all the references to other media within the game. A lot of the posters that you can find within town and the training areas are all references to other things. Like this one that totally does not depict the Mario Brothers, or this one that totally does not have Mega Man vs. Skull Kid, and even a nod to one of my favorite arcade games, Castle Crashers. Something a lot of indie games do right is their soundtrack, and this game is no exception. The Spanish guitars blend beautifully with the synths and the drums to give you that Mexican atmosphere while beating up some escalitos. Hopefully this will push some of you out there to go out and give this bad boy a try. I mean, you all probably have it already anyway. That's gonna do it for me. I'll see you next week on X-Gen.